Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so this particular topic have been one of the most asked questions because many times people see me using my Gunbox or Fibonacci tool, but they don't know exactly how I use it or how I even set it or the settings because you cannot use the default Fibonacci settings, right? You don't use the default Fibonacci settings. Like if you're trading ICT, that's what I mean. You're training ICT. ICT doesn't use the default Fibonacci settings. So I'm going to be giving you the settings and I'm going to give you a brief explanation of how you can use it, right? But the main topic of we using it, we've not gotten to that particular stage yet, right? I'm just going to give you like a tip of how you can use the Fibonacci, right? But before that, for those of you that joined our live session, you can see this was the particular level. For those of you that joined the live or watched the recording, this was a particular level I said I wanted Nasdaq to reach for. I think this level have been on my chart ever since, like about 2 months now. Ever since price was here. This is the weekly candle. And I've always called the attention of this level. I want price to reach out for that level, right? If we likely take out that high, because I've always been calling that high too, then that could be the manipulation phase for this week, right? Don't take my word for it, just go study. We still have upper imbalances here, but for the weekly cycle, it must do the distribution phase. We are still in the manipulation phase, right? So with that said, let's go straight to the Fibonacci settings. So I'm going to give you. Let me go to 5 minutes. Okay. This lecture is going to be a very brief one. This lecture is going to be a very brief one. All right. So let me show you my settings on my Fibonacci. I think you need to make your video preference as high. Like you need to make your video preference high. On it's my videos are always high quality. You need to make your video preference high on your YouTube settings. Anyways, I'll zoom it so you can see how my Fibonacci is. You can see it's different from yours, right? So let's go straight to the settings. How mine is like this. So you need to set your own according to the way mine is. Not coordinate, not visibility. Come to style, right? You come to style and just pay attention to all these things here. You want to put it on trend line, right? You need to make your settings everything as this. Pause the video and do it exactly like this. The first box there is 0, second box 1, third box is minus 0.5, then we have minus 1. You can use the color I use, you can just leave it all black, right? We have another one minus 1.5. We have minus 2, minus 2.5, minus 3, minus 3.5, minus 4, minus 4.5, minus 5. Okay, so if you are done setting that one, you come to this other row, minus 5.5, positive 4, right? 4.5, no minus. Then we have 7, we have 8, we have 9, and we have 10. Leave all these ones uncheck all of this, right? Uncheck all of that. Then you want to make sure your background is off, reverse is off, prices is ticked on, levels is ticked on, right? And the rest, I think levels, you want to put it on percent, no values, percent. Then after you're done with that, you can set the colors like mine, or you can just ignore it. After you're done, you now have complete ICT Fibonacci settings, right? So let's see how this Fibonacci work, why it's a bit different from how yours work. Well, first, you know the simple entry module, I think is the very first thing you learned, right? Since from the beginning of this course. So the simple entry module, the optimum trade entry, however I want to call it. Let's say for SMC guys, they call it coach. So let me use something that will be similar and take everybody along. So your coach or your break of structure or your simple entry module or your MSSS, I don't know whatever you call it, OT. I don't really deal with the names, right? That's why most times you not see me marking all those names like coach, all those things on my chat. I just use the line. The line can tell me exactly what is that, right? So let's say we have this particular level. You can see this high is broken. These are simple entry module or OT. You want price to return to the discount, right? You want price to return to the discount. The way I use my Gunbox for discount, but I'm going to omit that first to get back to that later. So you want price to come down to the discount. If price comes to the discount and you've already picked a trade here, where will you stop at? That's the question you're supposed to ask yourself. Where is your target going to be? Right? That's what you want to ask yourself. Well, if you don't have any buy side liquidity, just like this week was, if you don't have any buy side liquidity where you can close all your trades and you just have upper prices just like this week is, you can see this particular level, this weekly rejection block is a rejection block of last year. Last year, that's 222. The rejection block of last year, so you can see it's very, very far. And you don't want to be using that for analysis. You want to use, that's where the Fibonacci comes in, right? So you want to know where your target should be, exactly where you should offload your profit if you pick a trade there. So let's say we took the Fibonacci. If it's for a buy, like for upper prices, these are you mark your Fibonacci. First, you point your first line, your first dot on the bottom of this where price starts retracing, right? And the next one, point it there. Everybody have different ways of marking their Fibonacci. This is just how I do mine, right? This is how I mark mine. You can do yours like this. This is how I do mine, right? So you can see that level from year to year, not this level. We are not, you don't want to catch the exact level where price is going to drop to into discount and all those things. You don't want to do that. You want to know exactly where your target should be. So you point for buy, point it here on the bottom first um before the high. If it's for sale, you point at the high first before the bottom, right? So let's see exactly if price really respects this Fibonacci. Okay, so we can see the nearest level we have there is this level. Let's see, that's 300 level. This is mostly what I use whenever I call those prices on Telegram. I say I want to see price reach for this level and price reach for that level. If you're not on the Telegram group again, you can join through the description, like on the link on the description, sorry, right? So this is mostly what I use if I want to take my target, like where I want my target to be, where I'm looking for price to reach for. So you can see how price is perfectly respecting that level perfectly, like the wicks, the everything is just respecting that level. Why? Because we've used our Fibonacci to tell exactly the target where price is going to rest. So we have the 300 level here, we have 200, and 250, 200, 150. We have different levels. The next level I'm seeing price go for currently is the 500 level. You can see that, which is 13629, the 500 level for Nasdaq. That's the next level I'm seeing price reach for. When it gets there, it can likely end the manipulation phase for this week. This is Wednesday, I think second week of or third week of May, yeah, in case you're watching this video later on, right? So price coming to that place, just go to your chart after you watch this video and see how price is going to perfectly respect that. You can see how price respects this. Okay, like I said, I'm going to give only tips, right? Let's see another simple entry module or coach. Let's see another one that price works with. Nope. Okay, let me use this. Let's use this, right? This is a good simple entry module. You can see price taking out this low, coming out here, leaving FVG, breaking this high, then returning to FVG. And you want to know exactly where you want to drop your target, right? So we mark from the bottom to the top, and exactly there you can see the first level, the 50% level where price is reaching for, resting there and going for the next level, right? So I'm not going to do much, I'm not going to be using much of this Fibonacci yet. Until when I use it, you understand very well. So let's do one more example on the Fibonacci before I show you the settings for my Gunbox. So let's say this was our simple entry module, right? So this was our simple entry module. All of this 15 minutes, all of this is just one leg, so I'll take that as a one leg. Then we have the return to discount, price returning to discount, and we pick from there to the top. Want to see exactly where price is going to reach for. This was last week, and you want to see exactly where price will reach for. So let's see if price respected any of the level we gave out. Okay, so we have this level 400. Let me mark that out. You can see exactly with where price reacted to. We have another level here, 500. Okay, price did not respect that particular level, but you can see the bodies of this candle. You can see price reaction here with those levels. This is a very complex station. That's why I never introduced it in the first place, right? So you want to see, you want to pick a swing trade, and you don't know exactly, and let's say there's no buy side liquidity above, and price just keeps going higher. You want to know where your target will be. You can use this Fibonacci level. It works on any charts. Like just use these settings: Bitcoin, Ethereum, cryptos, stocks, anything. You can use this particular level to know your targets, hold trades, and know where to get out from trades. People, you know how to pick trades, but you don't know when to get out from those trades, right? That's one of your biggest problem. Then this should be your one and final answer, right? So you can see price still heading for that level, and my eyes are still there. Anyways, let's look at the Gunbox. What I use for my premium and discount. I don't really use this for my premium and discount because I don't like all those lot of lines and dirty things. I don't like it. So this is how my Gunbox look like. First, you'll be looking for where you want to pick this to. um just if you're using phone to trade, just find this particular icon. You can see this icon, the Fibonacci place, not Gunbox square fixed, not Gun square, just Gunbox. That's the what I use, right? So these are my Gunbox look like. Your own will not look like this exactly. It will not look like that. I want to show you the settings to set your own. Now this is my top and this is my bottom. This is my equilibrium. This is my premium and this is my discount. That's just how I use my Gunbox. That's how I want. I like my things very clean, right? So now see the settings here for the Gunbox. The settings is going to be different. Your Gunbox is going to be different from mine, so you need to pay attention to these settings. The first button is ticked 0. This other row is unticked. Untick all, untick these two, tick this one, put it in 1. This one 0.5, tick it there. Untick these other ones. You can put the background or you can remove the background. Then untick all of these levels. Untick all of this is from here down. Just untick everything that's ticked on your own Gunbox settings, right? What should only be ticked is this, the top here, this bottom here, and this middle here. 1, sorry, 0, 1, and 0.5. That should be the only thing that is ticked on your Gunbox. When you're done with that, you should have this thing like this. So you've been asking me, how do I get my discount? How do I find my discount? Well, if I want to find my discount, my premium, I just use my Gunbox, then draw. I don't use my Fibonacci, right? I use my Gunbox. Then I pick the bottom of the level and the top of that level there. Then I'll know that this place is my premium and I will never buy it. Remember the lecture? I think I've talked about this premium and discount stuff, or I've talked about it in one episode before in the channel, right? So I'm not going to buy here. I will never buy here. You want to buy here in the discounts. That's exactly what you want to do. But how do you know the discounts? This is the tool you need to use, right? So I never wanted the lecture to be a long one because you're not going to be using this particular tools right now, but since there have been a lot of questions and you want to know exactly how I use these particular tools or how I get these levels, so that is your answer, right? So anyways, till Sunday we'll be going for we'll be doing our next live session. If you don't join our lives and if you don't watch the recording of our lives, you are really missing, because it's, you have your own view, yes, but it's kind of a heads up for what to expect in the coming week. Every single week, like I keep saying, if you think I'm lying, go and watch the previous market and weekly market analysis, May 15, I think. Every single week I keep telling you these things. This is the level I want to see price go for. This is the level I want to see price reach for, and all of those things. It just keep happening. Now, you getting this information, I'm not telling you to buy here, it's not a financial advice. You need to go back, study how to pick this trade. That's the task I'm putting you into now. It could take you 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, but go and work on how to get this trade right. Just go and do it. How to find these streets, get into the streets. It's going to that's going to be the hardest part, but don't give up. Trust me, don't give up. You know these levels, even though you're not good at um let me not say predicting. As in, you're not good at knowing the level where price is going to reach for. You can use the live session. You come to the live session, know the levels I'm marking out for, then you just go and look for how to get your pick trades to that level. Then maybe as time goes on, you can follow the episodes from episode 1 if you've not done that already, and keep learning gradually till you know how to get these levels, get these things by yourself. I'm not guaranteeing you that you'll be very profitable, because if you're not putting in the work, you will not be profitable. That's the whole truth. Most mentors will not tell you, most tutors, most educators will not tell you that one. I mean, I'm telling you openly that if you don't put in the work, you are not going to be profitable. So after learning, you need to put in the work, study hard, do what is right every single time. Don't do what feels good. Study your chart every single day, every single week. Journal your trades, right? So that'll be that for this particular lecture. And until next time, be safe.